Hi everybody, this is Allison here at Fanshawe Pioneer Village, and it is time for number 2 of our series of temporary shutdown closure videos. So here I am outside of Elgie Log House. Many of you have probably been in this building. You probably have seen it a number of times if you haven't been inside, possibly from the half door. But today I wanted to share with you a couple of stories of this building that might not have been shared with you during your regular visits here at Fanshawe Pioneer Village. And I'm going to cheat a little bit and use an assistant because there are over 30 historic structures here at Fanshawe Pioneer Village, and I don't want to get the dates wrong. And so, always best to consult a reference manual. So here I am. When we go inside here, you're going to notice it looks a little bit different than what it normally is set up as when people come to visit from May through to October, and then for education programs and special events at other times of the year. That is because we are on winter shutdown. So our temporary closure is right in the middle of that. We haven't started opening our buildings. Yes, that's right, our buildings. Opening our buildings quite yet. So here we are at Elgie. When we go inside, let's take a look what it looks like when we do winter closures. So as you can see, there are tarps on things. There is nothing really hanging on the walls. Most of the artifacts are in the middle of the room so that they are safe. And if something happens to the walls, they're all covered with plastic, so if water gets in or there's leaks. So here we are at Elgie Log House. Now, Elgie Log House was brought to the Pioneer Village from West Nisory. It was originally built in 1865, but that's not when the family we talk about living here, the Elgie family, lived here. They did not live in this house until 1877, and they had purchased this home, which makes this family a little different from most early settlers. They did not build this house themselves, but most families would have, and it would have taken them about 1 week to build a house this size. It just would have been an empty box, essentially, to protect them from the elements. And when they built themselves this home, it wouldn't have had windows, it wouldn't have had a fireplace, they wouldn't have had a bed, they would have had essentially nothing. As I say, it would have essentially been a box in the woods for them to stay safe in. Now, when this building was originally built, it was from Lot 24, Concession 7 of West Nisory Township. And I wanted to share with you a very interesting story that I find particularly intriguing about Elgie Log House. And this has to do with when this building was first brought here. So I'm going to take this right from the manual. Most of the time when I am an interpreter in Elgie Log House, which this was the first building I interpreted in, so it is someplace very special to me, I like to tell this story. So the gist of it is that when Elgie Log House was being brought to Fanshawe Pioneer Village, that wasn't originally what the plan was. The log house that they were supposed to bring was actually called the Weeks Family House. And some of you might know this building from your visits here to the Pioneer Village, because that is actually the stable here at the Pioneer Village where our sheep and our pigs and our ducks live each year. So let's hear this story. So the acquisition of this particular log building by Fanshawe Pioneer Village is a tale of its own. In 1957, Horace Weeks sold his log house to the Upper Thames River Conservation Authority, so UTRCA, which is the conservation authority that our conservation area, Fanshawe Conservation Area, is part of. The UTRCA did not realize that there were two similar log houses in close proximity and ended up accidentally dismantling the building that belonged to Michael Elgie. Elgie eventually agreed to sell the house to Upper Thames River Conservation Area for $500, and Fanshawe Pioneer Village became home to the original pioneer dwelling. Now, this is not the only story of mistaken identity with this building, though. It goes on, and it just continues to be a strange story. So here, let's continue. The case of mistaken identity unfortunately continued after Elgie home was moved to the village, and for many years the house was misidentified as the Weeks Log House. In 2004, this mistake was corrected by Fanshawe Pioneer Village staff researchers who confirmed the true identity of the building and through correspondence with relatives of Michael Elgie. Today, the Elgie Log House is now accurately represented in the village as a central building for interpretation. Now, that means that now, Elgie Log House, we recognize it as the right building. Now, I'm going to come back outside, and I wanted to point out a couple of things to you while we are here. Over the last couple of years, starting when I interpreted in this building in 2015 as interpretation coordinator, we started to put in an extra fence. Oh, where is it over here? Yes, this stump fence. That's because stump fences were very popular during the time period that Elgie Log House represents. They would be used to keep in animals, they would be used to help mark out people's property lines, and they would be a really easy resource because there were trees everywhere. And if you had to pull down enough trees to build this house, you probably have enough stumps to start building a fence. I hope everybody is having a fantastic day. We look forward to chatting with you again as we do these videos as we're in temporary closure while folks are doing social distancing during this time. And we look forward to seeing you very soon with some more stories with me. Have a great day.